Hey, what is up? This is my first broadcast into the universe on this new channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm probably going to send this around in a couple different places for people who are like following me already. And so, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rishabh. Today is actually my last, I guess, day on campus here at Harvard, finishing up my sophomore year, which is crazy to think about. I remember like freshman year. A senior told me that, hey, you really got to savor these next few years. Time just goes by so fast. And I really did not believe him. I was like, there's just no way. Freshman year, it feels like it has taken so long. The classes are so hard and so forth. But yeah, that proved to be really, really accurate. Sophomore year has gone by super fast for me. But yeah, back to the topic of the video. I think I'm going to title this something like How I Made $1 Million uh, as a college sophomore, maybe as a 20-year-old. That probably sounds better. Um, but yeah, I mean, the title is not necessarily clickbait because it's accurate, but I'm not going to actually like tell you what I did in this video just yet. Maybe in some time, maybe in a couple months, maybe in a future video, I'll dive into more of it. But basically, yeah, let me take you back in my entrepreneurial journey and walk you step by step. This video, the reason I'm making it is really just to start documenting my building journey in public. So, yeah, recently I just came to the realization that like through entrepreneurship and through business, you can touch so many people and have just like a tremendous impact compared to many, many other career options. Um, and that's pretty exciting for me um, because it means that I can, as one person, have a positive impact on hundreds or thousands of people's lives. And that's something that I think a lot of people, and including myself, will look at a career and think about earning potential and agency and power and all of these different things, right? But like, it really does matter, I think. I don't want to do something where for 20 or 30 years, every day I'm thinking, am I really like having a positive impact on the world? Is this how I'm leaving my legacy? And those are really big words right there, right? But I think it's something that young people should be thinking about when they're like choosing their career interests and opportunities and so forth. And I'm not locking myself down into anything. But I have just been exploring over this last year, and I've found some success and fulfillment in entrepreneurship where I've been able to build something really cool. And I want to try building something again. And so that's what this channel is for. I'm going to be building a company that I hope to be calling, $100 million company in the next 10 years. I'm giving myself 10 years to do it. We'll see whether that happens or not. Maybe I'll record 3 videos and totally fail. Um, 3 videos, 3 months long in the journey or something. But that's my goal. I want to document building in public. I want to walk whoever in the world cares to hear about my experience and my journey and use this as a journal for myself so I can look back years later and see how I've grown, all the mistakes that I've made, how the way I talk has changed, and so forth. But yeah, I've had 2 YouTube channels before this. My YouTube sort of craze started back in like, honestly, it was really in elementary school, but I can tangibly pinpoint 6th grade as like one of the transformational moments for me. I remember everyone in the class was like making their own YouTube channels, and whoever had the most subscribers was just the coolest kid in the class. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a YouTube channel too. I'd made a couple YouTube videos before that with like family members, for fun, like as kids will do. But I made my own channel. I had to like ask my parents for permission, I remember, and it was like my birthday gift, or like one of my birthday gifts was like the permission to create my own YouTube channel. And I was uploading like Rubik's Cube tutorials and yeah, a whole bunch of just like funny stuff. Um, And I mean, I think at that time, like most kids will try it out. And the first couple weeks, it's just their pure like enjoyment out of making the video itself and the excitement that like takes them further. But then after a certain point, it becomes, well, am I actually getting traction? Because if you're not getting any views, and I remember kids would just like refresh their own page over and over again, um, it starts to get a little bit demotivating. And I somehow just struck it big with one random video. So I remember like in sixth grade, right? You're writing essays for your class. And I remember everyone was using Grammarly back then, right? This is like, you didn't really have like AI software or anything like that. So it was just like a simple like spell checking tool. Um, and having Grammarly Premium was like pretty cool because it would enhance your tone of the writing, or like it would give you suggestions, right? And then obviously you have to use them. So, um, and yeah, I remember I figured out some way where you could just get infinite weeks of Grammarly Premium by like exploiting this glitch with the referral system on Grammarly. So if any like Grammarly employees are watching right now, you caught me. Because I think I showed like my video got like 100,000, 200,000 views or something crazy. I was like a sixth grader, and people would be commenting like, "This like has to be some like little kid. Like this guy's voice is like." I think I was like having voice cracks in the middle of the video. It was so funny. I eventually like unlisted and deleted the video, but that was like what sparked my YouTube channel experience. Then throughout middle school, I started making Discord servers, and I had a lot of success with that. I don't know why, but I think it was just something to do with like obsessing over little details that no one would pay attention to, whether it was like certain analytics and metrics that you were looking at, or like user behavior and retention and so forth. And I would just obsess over these details. And I ended up creating several, really, really big Discord servers, 60,000 members, 50,000 members. I think one of them was like 300,000 users at one point. And I think I was like eighth, ninth grade. The COVID pandemic had really just took its toll, and schools became virtual. And I remember going on Google Trends to figure out what I should make my next YouTube video on. And at that time, I was making videos about Discord, and just about how to use it, tutorials, once again, like glitches and just like random stuff that would happen on Discord, right? And I came across one trend on trends.google.com, which you should definitely check out if you're doing like anything in the creative realm. I haven't used it for years now, but like I just remember that was a pot of like gold for me. I typed in, Discord, and looked at the related terms that were trending, and Among Us was trending like 7,000% or something crazy. So I was like, I should make a video literally just called Among Us Discord servers. I launched a video. I woke up the next day, had hundreds of thousands of views. And thousands of people were joining my Discord server and saying, where is Among Us? And I was like, you guys are like, can you not read, or can you not listen to the 3-minute video where I said, join these 3 servers? Like, they just went to the description, clicked on the video to join my server. Like how, I guess like how kind of just like low attention span clueless children are. And I was like, a teenager at that time. And so I was literally looking at these like 12 and 13-year-olds logging on to Discord and joining my server. And I was like, you know what? What if I made my own server for this? Like just out of curiosity. So I made my own. And yeah, it like grew to be like the second, or at one point it was like the second biggest Among Us server, which was like insane. And the number one request we had in that server was, hey, like there's some person misbehaving, like I'm joining the voice channel to play, and then someone comes and is, talking in the middle when no one's supposed to be talking, or someone is like misbehaving, right? I want permissions to like remove this person. And obviously we can't give mod to everyone, so we would just have like 10 moderators who were just going around on their free time, like patrolling this Discord server. Meanwhile, as owner, I was just figuring out ways to get more and more people to join. Um, but some thought struck me, like up until this point, I had been coding since I was in like first or second grade. Um, and I made like a simple Discord bot before, so I decided like, hey, let me make like a Discord bot that can do this automatically. And the way it's going to work is people have to pay me $5 a month to get access to the bot. So now you're probably thinking like, okay, like that's pretty cool. He probably made like a few $100 from it. Um, Within like I think a week or two, we had like 800 monthly subscribers to that. So I was getting like thousands of dollars a month from my Among Us Discord bot. And looking back at it, this is something in business I guess I learned in my most recent venture, but from like Alex Hormozy and his books, which is you can really test pricing, and pricing is super important. I could have like $15 a month is like pretty reasonable for the offerings it had, which was like you can kick, mute, you can create your own private channel, and you automatically get privileges in it. You get like a roll color and special like all these like little things, right? So yeah, no, that was really crazy, and I don't think my parents knew much of it at the time or thought much of it. For those of you who don't follow me before, you probably don't know, like I was really into science fairs and um, doing science research. I still am. And at that time, I think I was doing research in machine learning. I was really interested in all these new devices that were coming out. Like this was, I guess, pre-generative AI, right? So it was really just like at the crux of when people were beginning to apply large scale neural networks that had been proved by like ImageNet and all of that into other realms, like in medical research and biology and environmental science and so forth. And I was doing a ton of work in that, and I think that's what like a lot of my friends knew me as, and what my family members knew me as. But in my free time, I was also up to these fun activities on Discord and just like really messing around and getting a taste for building apps that people were using, flavor for entrepreneurship and so forth. So yeah, I had a variety of other Discord experiences. We did some stock trading stuff, and uh, we did advertising. Like we had a whole ad agency on Discord. We had contracting on Discord, like contracting to have work on Discord servers done, like improving them and making them for our big clients who wanted to have a presence on Discord. So a variety of things. I eventually like outgrew it, but had grown a YouTube channel to over 100,000 subscribers, which was kind of like a dream of mine. Small dream, but a dream nonetheless. And yeah, eventually just kind of outgrew it, and this took me to right up until the end of high school. And I had started to do really well in these science fairs and STEM competitions. I published like several research papers in high school. Um, I wasn't just like doing it for college. There was really an element of it that I really enjoyed. I was truly passionate about the science and had a, really genuine curiosity for some of those things I was learning. Like it was genuinely making me excited to study that and pursue a career in that as well. Um, and so I thought, hey, like I should make another YouTube channel. And in my spare time, I should just make videos like talking about my own research. A ton of kids are like messaging me, asking me how I got into research. So I should help them through a YouTube channel. And so I started that. It was a smaller audience, obviously, but people watched it way more. Like I would have like a 18-minute video, and people would actually like watch a decent portion of it. Unlike for the random Discord videos where people are just like skipping around, like trying to just get a piece of information or some benefit as fast as possible. And so that was really nice, like fostering a genuine community around it. Um, and so I grew that YouTube channel, and alongside it, I also started a venture, um, which was kind of like spinning off, some elements of the YouTube channel, but I also learned so much about marketing. I read, tons of books. I learned copywriting. I learned, how to run ads on pretty much every service like Meta, LinkedIn, Reddit. Even like pioneered, my own version of new marketing on Discord because I think that was a really untapped market. Um, Variety of platforms in marketing, got experience hiring and having team members join, running payroll, doing taxes, um, you know, figuring out finances and compliance. Um, yeah, like so that was a whole thing, and I'm still involved in that, and yeah, I think through that experience, I really realized that whatever work I have intellectually that I'm doing in school, I'm a neuroscience major. Whatever work that is, I want to see it like tangibly be used. I want to have some translational impact of my work as well, and that was really exciting to me. So yeah, like it started to shape, I think, the way that I also wanted to pursue a career. It wasn't just like a side project or hobby anymore. I wanted to figure out a way that I could like kind of merge these two interests together. And so that's what brings me to this next channel, which is for my next business and big entrepreneurial venture, which I think is going to have a very positive impact on people's health and in the world. It's a healthcare startup, health tech, and I'm combining my interests. Maybe I'm not directly doing development work and machine learning work, but I'm still involved in that to some capacity, especially in early days. Experience running a business, the science, and still getting to read papers and learn. Um, and then I think just like growing something and really taking something that I started at zero when it was just an idea on a whiteboard and trying to grow it. Um, and so that's what this YouTube channel is for. I'm going to be documenting my journey through all of this. And yeah, if any of this sounds interesting, you should subscribe, and you should um, join the Discord server in the description down below. Let me know if there's any video or topic you find interesting, and I'll definitely make a video on it. Just leave me a comment down below. But yeah, that's all. This video was like 18 minutes long, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, maybe you'll get the answer to the clickbait title in some future video, so you should subscribe. But yeah, I really hope to look back at this in a few years and be glad that I decided to like journal it out and document the building process. So there we go.